Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. First job of the day is, well, getting this manure out of here because it is completely full. And when it's completely full, that means, well, the cows have no place to put their extra manure down. So, want to empty this out so they can keep on making some more. This is going to be going to the mini BGA. It'll take a while to get through this manure that I'm bringing on down. But you know what? A little bit of extra cash does not hurt. Because that is what we need here on the farm, is a little bit of cash, which I spent last episode on a new field. I'm going to get to harvesting that field today, I hope. And then we'll see what else we can do. I mean, we got a lot of work to do in the month of September. I was just having a quick look around at what I need to do. The grass field needs to be fertilized. I want to get to that next because I'm pretty sure I'll forget about that if I don't do it next. So that is priority number 2. And also, more work on the cows. Got to bring their milk over to the dairy production. We are getting kind of full in here, and I think the dairy production is getting a little bit low. Not a whole lot, but it's nearing being empty. Kind of difficult with the manure. I got to get the manure bucket high enough because when it tilts, it's just about into the trailer. So I'm going to have the boom out quite a ways, and the telehandler almost doesn't like having that much weight out front. It's kind of lifting the rear wheels off the ground. In the future, we'll probably have a belt here, of course, but right now, no, can't happen. We don't have the money for it. I think a belt is like $38,000, somewhere around there. The one that picks it up off the ground would be nice. We don't lease on this series unless it's going to be like a one-off type of thing. If I'm not going to use something once, that's when we'll lease it. And for the amount of manure 11 cows are producing, I'm pretty sure once we start getting some more offspring from the cattle, they're going to be producing a lot more manure, so I'll be here more often. But in the future, I don't know what I'm going to do with it because the BGA can only go through so much in a short period of time. Let me move the Lamborghini forward just a bit so I can grab the rest of that manure that's on the ground. I think there might even be a small pile. Yeah, there's a little bit right there, but nothing too extreme. May seem like a small pile, but as we know, if you try going over with a tractor, it's like Mount Everest. Alright, and then put that down and grab that, I hope. Put the rest in here. Now let's retract the boom. Oh wait, which one's the boom? Oh, that way. Alright, and then we'll put the claw down right there. And we'll leave the telehandler right there for now. But let's get this down to the BGA so that could start processing what we're doing here. I've already turned around in our neighboring fields once because I thought I wanted the trailer facing that way. And oh, the Lamborghini. Okay, the Lamborghini cannot go uphill with 37,000 liters of manure, apparently. But I had the trailer facing the other way, and when I first started loading, I'm like, yeah, that's right. I don't want to load up the manure this way. And I don't want to be backing up this way either. But we're going to make it work. All right, Lamborghini, turn around, and let's get down to the BGA. Hopefully you can back up to unload the manure. And I think the BGA is going to take 30,000 liters of it right off to begin with. So also this month, the grapes are ready for harvest. I think I already mentioned the red beets in the new field. We want to harvest those. The grass field needs to be taken care of. Sugar beet will be next month. And also next month we'll be planting some more wheat so we can keep on getting some straw for the cattle. Oh, I can drop off the manure way back here. That'd be good because the Lamborghini's not really like... Yeah, Lamborghini's not liking dumping that off at all. Let's take some weight out of the back for you. How about that? Or maybe I'm back all the way. No, I'm not back all the way. But luckily the trigger for the BGA is kind of a wide range. Wait, is that all you're going to take? That is a weird number that the BGA just took. I gotta have a look to see what that number is. 17,200. I mean, alright, that's fine. Alright, we'll leave that there. I thought it was going to take more than that, but that's fine. Let's jump into the New Holland 130 once I find myself on the map. There we go. And we got to just quickly fertilize the grass field. Which is key because the grass field will be mowed... Wait, on this series, I think it's November. Yeah, I think it's going to be November. Okay, turn that on. Basically, I just got to make one trip around and we're good. There we go. Yeah, I'm also, I was looking at where about the red beet field and the other surrounding fields around it. It's a good start to getting more cotton down for next season. Of course, I would like more, but depending on the money situation in next spring, we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and narrow down the working width here. And like always, next cut, I think we're going to make this all hay. At least that's the plan. We'll see how much TMR we got at the time. I'm going to keep feeding these cows TMR because we can. I really don't have a plan of if I ever need more of a grass field, what to do. I mean, we have a couple of options. I think I talked about it before. There's a field that's on the other side of this fence, a small field. Actually, those two fields right there on the back side of our house. We can always buy those and make that into a grass field. Not even really sure how to get into those fields. I think I looked, but I completely forgot how to get in there. But right now, that grass field is doing us just fine. Alright, another job done nice and quick. Let's hop into our root crop harvester and head on down and get those red beets harvested. Wait, how did I get in here? Oh, just gotta take it easy. It rubs the roof. You just gotta take it easy going in and out. Gotcha. I do have to take off, though, the sugar beet add-on for the header before I go down and harvest the red beets. Although I think I did test with the potato add-on and I was able to harvest the carrots. But we'll take it off. Let's see, I gotta unfold it. Oh, okay, gotta be actually on the header, not on the add-on to unfold it. That makes sense. Alright, then... Oh wait, no, I gotta lower it as well. Then go to the add-on. And then drop it off. So there's that little box. Gonna need that for the sugar beet later on next month. Let's zoom on down here. And I do mean zoom. This thing, as we know, has some great speed. Just gotta watch out for traffic. Oh, okay, that car didn't really stop in the intersection. Not going to blame it because, well, neither do I. Combine was actually already unfolded. Alright, turn her on. And there we go. We got some red beet. And this field is actually in really good shape. Is it better than the 95% that I usually have? 98%. Well done. So when I eventually do buy all these fields, I think like that tree right there can go and we'll merge them all together. But there are some trees that will probably stay in place. I don't want to get rid of all of them. That field in front of us has got the lime into it. Hopefully we'll have that one as well. So luckily we were able to buy this field before they harvested it. We did take the contract on the field to make sure that the farmer did not harvest it before we bought it, because that would have been a shame to not be able to get this crop off the field. Although I do hope in the next version of Farming Simulator that the field's prices will vary depending on the condition of it. I'd like to see that part of the game. So, because you know, I don't mind if people do it, because mostly it's a single player game that we play. I know there's competitive multiplayer servers out there, so on and so forth. But the big thing of field flipping, that would kind of get rid of that thing, wouldn't it? Where you buy a field like this, where it's got a crop into it, double fertilized, has everything taken care of it, and you know, it's 100% harvest rate into it. You buy the field for, let's just say, $50,000. You harvest the crop, and then you can turn around and sell the field for $50,000 that you paid for it, but you got the crop off the field. So I would kind of like to see varying prices of fields depending on the condition. There might even be a mod out there that may already do that. We have seen some mods that can fluctuate the price of a field depending on, I think we did it on East Violent. If we did a lot of contracts for a farmer, we got a certain percentage off the field by doing so. So I'm surprised someone hasn't, if they haven't already, come up with a mod to, if there's a crop in the field that's been fertilized, they can pretty much base it off the yield percentage. So every percentage of yield that is on the field, maybe they could raise it, the price of the field by, I don't know, a certain amount. But you get the idea. So anyways, let me get this field harvested. Be interested to see how many liters of red beet we get off this field. I may just put it all into one factory. But I'll double check the two factories that we do have that take vegetables. And we'll see if it's evenly distributed. If not, then I'll do so. But if one has more than the other, we'll try to make it more even. That way, it just gets through the production a little bit quicker. That way we can get the money sooner, because next spring, I'm hoping, like I said, to have more fields over in this area. Starting to look like I'll be near 100,000 liters of red beet, which is way more than I thought I was going to get. Alright, so maybe 2 more passes. Yeah, can't quite get it all. So 94,000. Yeah, going to be shy of 100,000, but still, I was expecting like 50 or 60. We thank the farmer who took care of this field this year. We will do our best to get the same amount of yield every year off of it. 98%. And voila, we're done. So 95,525 is what we got out of it. Scroll down to the production buildings. Let's see what we got here in each of our buildings here. So what we got? We got 100,000 liters almost of red beet into the canned soup production. And the preservatives, we got 125. So maybe we'll just dump it all into the soup. Let's just go over the hill here. Let's head to production lane. Is the soup one? I think the soup one is the one I unload right from the road, is it not? Is Zup the soup? I think so. I think that's the canned goods. And yes, this is where the soup goes, or this is where the soup is made. All right, let me spin around here. Put out the belt. And just like that, 100,000 more liters of red beet will be made into red beet soup. I will park this harvester right over here. Alright, so while we're down here, let's go ahead and, jumping from one job right to another, we'll grab our slurry / milk tanker. Our all-in-one tanker. Am I attached to... I am now. Let's go up and grab the milk and bring that over to the dairy production. Because now we got plenty of space for dairy because we sold all the milk and butter last episode. I think there was a question asked about this truck if I could put like a small flatbed on the back of the chassis for the times that we don't move a lot of product. I think most of the times we will be, so having to go switch it from one to another, it would just be too much. So probably just keep it just the same. I know there's a few people saying it's time to change out the truck. Well, if we had a whole bunch of money, we would. I mean, we're getting by with it. It's fine. It doesn't matter if there's some areas where it's a little snug. No, those are my doors. I don't want my doors open. I want the container to be open. Can I fill this up without backing in, actually? Oh, I don't have to open up the doors. We can just back right up to the door and fill it up with milk that way. All right. Yeah, I think... even though the dairy production is, like, right over there, getting out that gate would be nice. Maybe I'll try it. I think I've done it before. Are we going to get a full tanker of milk? Well, almost. Now, let's see if I can ring around the rosy here and get out that entryway. If I get stuck, well, then may have to call Superman to get me out of here. The corner looks like it's wide enough. I think I've tried this before and it wouldn't quite make it. Oh, I may actually have more room there than I thought. I mean, not a whole lot of room, but we made it. Is this hill going to be a problem for me like it was for the Lamborghini? Alright. So it's doable. So, this farmer, excuse me for keep going through your crops. I did put a road in here, but you took care of it afterwards, apparently. Nope, nope. Brakes on this thing. There we go. That should be able to take all the milk. Where is the dairy? There's the dairy. Yes, I should be able to take care of all of it. Just keep making that butter and cheese. Yeah, as for the automatic greenhouse, or the distributor here, I realize that my greenhouses are off. That's why it's not taking it from here. But I did have them on, and it still wasn't taking them from here that much. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and turn one on, just for the heck of it. Strawberries will activate just one. Actually, since we already got some stuff into it, let's activate both. How about that? Because it's got water and seed into it. Alright, so the milk has been brought on down. Now it's going to make sure I don't fall into the pond over here. Alright, we are good to go. I'm going to bring this on back. And the next step is, well, I'm going to see you over at the vineyard when you get started on harvesting the white and red grapes. We'll be doing the white ones, and, well, we'll see who takes over in the grape harvester in wanting to do the red ones. And I missed my turn to get on into the farm. All right, here we are, but this is the one for the white grapes, so that's for me. Let's see, you got plenty of fuel. All right, spin you around here. I'm sure course play is going to have you make me go on the other side. Create jobs. Field should be this one here. And yeah, we'll try to get you to start like right here. On the vine. I think you can do this without skipping. And yes, you want me to start on the other side? Of course you do. Go ahead and unfold the combine. In other words, raise it on up. Okay, get them started. Hire ourselves a worker. Francesca, how you doing? Okay, we'll hop into the New Holland for the white grapes. Do I have to unfold this one? Sound like something was unfolding. Or we will start over here. And we are set to go. Well, almost set to go. This is probably going to go kind of bad. So I'm going to get stuck on these vines, I'm sure, once or twice. And hopefully I don't miss a row. I kind of wish it was the other way around, that the worker could do the white grapes and I could work on the red ones, only because the white grapes kind of blend in to the vines themselves. So it's not like the red ones or the violet ones, whatever you really want to call them, but they're called red grapes in game. At least with the red grapes, you can see them on the vine, so it's like, oh, what row am I on? Oh yeah, okay, this one here. The white grapes, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. I mean, looking right now, can you see the white grapes? I mean, there's a very little difference at the bottom of the vines. They're a little bit more bulkier, I think. And that's the grapes that we're looking at. And as we know, the grapes are not, at least for the vineyard that we have running here in the hills of Tuscany, they're not producing a great amount of grapes. I'm pretty sure by the time the series ends, whenever that may be, will we make a profit on the grapevines? Probably not. The money I spent on the land, the equipment, yeah, probably not going to make that money back on it. But it all has to do with this doing something different for a change. And I think I mentioned, I don't know if this was this in American Falls yesterday? Or I don't even remember what series I was talking about this. But maybe some of you out there are kind of like me, where there are some games that you like to play, but there are certain things that you don't like to do, but you like watching other people do it. I'm kind of that way with like first-person shooter games. I like to play them in my free time when I can. But the problem with first-person shooter games is if you don't play that particular game a lot or enough, like the hardcore people do, and you go in, you get stomped pretty much. If you only play like a half hour to an hour a week in a first-person shooter and you go in, yeah, you're going to suck. So I tend to watch other people play it. The certain games. I think the last one I really tried getting into, and I actually put a lot of hours into it, was the Cycle Frontier, and I had some fun into it. But unfortunately, that game is no longer around. And like always, you always kind of find out in those type of games anyways are the people that use cheats. And sometimes it's hard to tell if someone is or someone isn't. And it's got to really suck for the really good players, because when they pull off amazing shots, they probably get blamed for cheating all the time. They're just like, I'm just playing the game, man. I'm good at it. But anyways, getting back to farming, maybe, you know, by me doing the grapes, a lot of you out there, you know, like watching the grape work getting done, but it's a job that you don't want to do yourself. And I fully understand it. Although since we're, you know, we get to use course play at least on the one vineyard, it doesn't seem that much work. And of course now, since it's been about a month and a half at this point, since the Colossus pack kind of came out to where the implements can do like 5 rows at a time, makes it more manageable. But still, that doesn't get rid of the fact of, are you going to make money on it? That's the thing. Now, of course, I am playing on hard economy, and that's going to be part of it for me. If you're playing on normal or medium, I don't know what the prices go for. I have no idea. I think all through FS22, every series I've done, I've been on hard economy, except for Elm Creek. When the game came out, I think I put it on normal. I'm going to say I put it on normal. Just because we wanted to try out this kind of equipment. So I was trying to earn money quick when I could have just went to the XML file and just gave myself a whole bunch of money, which I'll probably do in the next version of Farming Simulator. My first series I do in FS, let's just say 25, because we're all assuming that's what's going to happen. My first series on whatever map it is, I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see what kind of the new stuff is. But I mean, if there's a new crop and new material, like grapes were a new thing in FS22, we can just buy everything, I'll cheat in the money, and we'll just go at it. And then, fingers crossed that a modded map comes out within the first month. Maybe someone can convert one from 22 over to 25. Needs to be unloaded. Well, guess what? So do I. So just sit there for a minute there, Francesca. We'll be over and we'll unload the combine. Yeah, No Man's Land was the first map that got converted in FS22. At least on the mod hub, I think it was. There may have been some other maps out there. But that's the one at least I remember. And I loved I loved No Man's Land in 19, so jumped right on that as quick as we could. All right, let's go dump these white grapes in. So we just got a whole 2,000 liters of grapes right there off the first white vineyard. We got one more to go. But before we get over there and harvest the second one, we got to help out our co-workers. So where did you end up? Okay, down there. I'll park this right here for now. And jump in here. Yeah, so you can kind of easily see. Oh, you know why? Because you fold up the combine when your worker disappears, so I'm hitting the vines. Wow, we're only on the 5th row? That is pretty good. Is that better than the first yield I did last season? Can't remember exactly how much red grapes we got last year, but I'm not going to complain if it fills up faster and faster. Get those on in. And while that's filling in, let's go into our production buildings, of course. Where's the grapes? All right. Right. Well, raisins as well. Yeah. We'll turn on the raisins as well. Just turn them all on. We do have raisins to sell, but they sell best in October. So that set of raisins you see there, that's from last season. And we'll get a little bit more from whatever the production building makes the rest of this month and early on next month. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know, how about just look in the rows? You can see the last row that's not harvested, and go down the road that is harvested. Yeah, hard to look sideways at the vineyard and see where you left off. Oh, I can see it. Right here. Alright, now someone else will probably... Well, now it looks like Franco's taking over. Either way, let's jump back into the New Holland. And let's go get the other white grapes. I remember when I was putting the new vineyards down, we were deleting some of the old ones and putting the new ones down. Now it's kind of sad I didn't have more money at the time to put down more grapes. But many episodes later, I'm happy that we just have what we have. And I will have to harvest the ones on the hill. Courseplay can set up a course for it. The problem is, at both ends of the vineyard, Courseplay doesn't have enough room to turn around. So, it keeps running into the walls, the fence line. And it doesn't take me that long to get it done. These should be in good shape. Inspection required in 7 months, and no damage known. Well, I haven't used this at all. I mean, we only got 0.7 hours on it. But October, we'll get also the sugar beet harvested, and we'll start up the candy production, which will be great for next June. But what we really need to be doing is, other than expanding the cotton field, which that will be harvested next month as well, we'll get that production up and going. But expanding the cotton field, I do need, of course... I did talk about a while ago getting the loan down to $9 million before I started buying things, but I think buying more land sooner rather than later is going to be more beneficial than trying to save a couple $100 on the loan interest every night. And we'll be interested to see how much sugar beet we actually get off that field. Because it may be wise to double up the sugar production by buying the trailer. And that might be something I may actually lease depending on the price of it. We'll have a look to see how much it actually is. I did use it on, I think, No Man's Land. But we can buy a trailer that will cut up sugar beet, and by putting the sugar beet and cut sugar beet into the sugar mill, we'll get double the production of sugar. And I'll get through the sugar beet a little bit quicker, because we should have a lot more sugar beet this year than we have had in the past. It's too bad you can get like a little bit of fertilization from the residue from the grapes coming out the back of the harvester. Just think my original, well, I've had a few plans that so far haven't gone the way I thought they were when I started the series. The field that the worker is turning around with the red grapes that we just had the red beets in, the field right over there that we bought. I was thinking about putting grapevines all up and down that field. But that's going to be a lot of money to put down the grapes, and it'll take me years to get that money back on the grapes itself. And it's going to be a lot more beneficial to us by having whatever root crop I decide to put down in that field. And that field will always be a root crop field just because of this reason right here, for how fast the harvester can travel across the map. So if I were to use the other harvester, our New Holland, I think the top speed of that is like 24, 26 miles an hour. So getting from the farmyard over to here would take me a moment. The root crop harvester gets over here and like, it's like the Flash Gordon. Gets over here really quick. But I'm thinking with the October sales we got coming up, because we should have a good amount of soup and canned goods, because that price always seems decent no matter what. We'll probably sell that, and depending on how much we get, because there's no rush to buy the other fields around the red beet field that we just harvested today, because there's no crop into it that's ready for harvest. If there was like a crop that I would use ready for harvest, I'd be like, yeah, let's save up the money and buy that as soon as I can. But since all those fields now are emptied out with no crop into it, we really don't have to buy them until next spring when we go to plant the cotton. Or at least a month before, so I can start plowing them together and maybe having to put lime down. Although currently looking at the fields, none of them need lime or anything like that. And I think merging those fields together... Oh, I'm full. So was the other combine, too. Get around. Yep, we can get around. And I think merging those fields together, that's more than enough cotton because our sheep pen does not hold that many sheep to begin with. But as we move forward year by year, we'll adjust what we put in what field if we need to. Depending on like the potatoes, I think the potatoes and oil mix we may have pretty close to where it needs to be. And if we end up with too much cotton, then we can kind of convert one of the fields of cotton to something else. And already we got white grape juice out here. The only problem with the grape juice is our autoloader won't pick them up. And they're not that big. It's like 300 liters per container. And if you remember last year when I sold those, it took quite a bit. Yeah, 385 liters. So I want to say I had to load up 40 pallets of those. We'll leave you right here, and let's go ahead and jump back into the combine. Unfold it so it raises and gets above the vines. I think what makes the grapes still enjoyable for me, even though it's only been 3 years, I shouldn't be tired of it yet, is the way Johnny X Pro, who created the map, made it look up here. It's one of those maps, when I first looked at it, it was like, it's interesting, but I don't think it fits my gameplay style. Then I was like, yeah, we got to give it a go. And now that we're many episodes in, I'm really enjoying the map. I'm glad I didn't delete the whole farm like I usually do and try to, build it from scratch. Wait a minute. Where are we here? All right, right here. And, yep, can't look from the side. You want to, but you can't. Okay, I think I see it. Right here is where we need to begin. And, yep, we didn't miss anything. We're good. And you can see we're harvesting the red grapes. We need to finish off the white grapes. And just like that, well, pretty soon, the grape harvest will be over. Won't be today. Well, all I'm saying is it's not taking us that long to get the harvest done. And then we'll have many barrels to sell. I think it's the springtime is when we sold them. Yeah, it's just really hard to see those white grapes, isn't it? It's just, sound like you get the red ones, you can just say, yep, this is where we are. Alright, I can see the white grapes right there. Basically what I'll do is I'll be watching the harvester itself, and once the numbers stop going up, that means we're done. And just like that, we're stopped at 5:05 on this load. And now that I know, all I need to do for the grapes is, well, we'll have to prune them, of course, and then we gotta spray them twice. Mulching for us does nothing. Oh yeah, but we will have to plow, and hopefully this time I remember to plow and mulch at the same time. There we go. 505 more liters of white grapes put into production. Fold it on up. And, well, we're almost at 1 hour runtime for a... Is it 275,000 for that harvester? Grape technology. Alright, so it's not as bad. It's 242. I thought it was a little bit more, but it's 242. I thought they were more expensive than that. I thought they were like 300. Maybe it was the olive one that's more expensive. Yeah, 306. I knew it was in there somewhere. Nope, hitting all the wrong buttons. There we go. So now we just gotta wait for our worker. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a full combine here. I don't know how many rows we got left, but a good amount. Actually, not that many more. Where are you? Oh, you're coming down this way. Can we get right in there? That's as much as I can scroll in there. The Oxbow Premium Sort Harvester at work. Well, I should get one more combine. Harvester load. It's not really a combine, I suppose. Should get one more full load. Do we have any issue with the... I don't think we are going to have any issue. No, geez, that could hold a lot of grapes. Definitely don't have enough for us to do. Oh yeah, the pomace will have to sell at some point. That does not sell for a whole lot, but it is something. Where is the pomace? Pomace. Yeah, we got $6,000 worth of pomace. And of course, nothing to really sell because we sold it all last episode in the same in-game month. So nothing to really sell. The raisin price is getting up there. We should be selling that, well, probably today. 1563. It's higher than it was than last October. Well, we'll have to look at that until next episode. That's for darn sure. And of course, we're not running much time, but I'm pretty sure the BGA has not gone through. You know what? It would help if you turned it on. So someone probably already left a comment at the beginning of the episode, like you didn't turn on the BGA. Yeah, that's embarrassing, but I do that quite often, don't I? Embarrass myself. How we doing here? Yeah, we're pretty much all set there. I'm not worried about having a little bit of wheat there. It's not that big of a deal. And yeah, this is the main thing here. Mixing up the sugar beet with a cut sugar beet. Somebody mentioned want you to do sugar cane as well. That's just a lot more equipment I would need to buy. And sugar cane, I really haven't looked into it, but I'm going to assume that's not really done in Italy. Maybe it is, but you know, slight possibility. And yeah, all these other productions are doing what they're doing. Of course, we're making the wonderful potato chips. We still got 400,000 liters of potatoes to go through. We should have enough oil for that. We are making some more silage with our grass. And of course, this is the distributor for our greenhouses, which just tear through that stuff rather quickly. Didn't really need a whole lot of strawberries because I think we got enough strawberries. Actually, I should check on that because the candy production will be going sometime soon. Yeah, we got a good amount of strawberries over here. Honey, I should bring that over because once the sugar goes in, we'll be going through that quite a bit. And, oh, that's kind of perfect timing. As I get undone. No, can you unfold so we can we'll back up since we're right here. And let's go unload this into the vineyard press. I would assume it's like a press. Don't have that many raisins up here, but it's a little of something. Alright, now I'm going to get someone back to work. And once they finish up the field, or the vineyard, I'll start on the hill, and that's probably where we will start next episode. And then, yeah, maybe sell the raisins. I'll look into that just a little bit more. And then before you know it, we'll be in October. And priority number one is going to be the sugar beet. And you need to start right here. Get back to work. Might get it all in. We almost did 5 rows on the first pass. So we got 4 3/4. It's going to be close. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, that is where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate your watch as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.